On a good day, I'm Kim Ye-eun, who is so happy to make a presentation in front of you. Let me ask you a question before I say on it. With freckles, who you're there, why do you think Dokdo is orange? I'm sorry to ask you a difficult question to answer. It's an easy but difficult question. From now on, I want to tell my opinion about why Dokdo is orange. First, in 1454, the geography and the position of Dokdo and Ulleungdo is recorded in Sejong Geography book. Over the years, it has been written in many other books. Of course, Japan can claim that they have taken over, but in the memorandum of the Supreme Commander of the Allied Forces, written in 1946, there is the content that Dokdo is a part of Japanese territory. A lot of data and facts in history are telling that Dokdo is the land of the Republic of Korea. Second, Japanese people call Dokdo Takeshima. I'm sure some of you know that. Takeshima means bamboo in Japanese, but there isn't bamboo in Dokdo. Morris is a great research for looking at history. In terms of this, Japan claim absurd opinion with tells Dokdo is their land. Third, Dokdo has our officers now. I'm sure it's Korean territory. It's not an illegal hijack. Dokdo has a beautiful natural environment and is an island with a lot of resources. Japan deserves to be credited, but they shouldn't copy something that isn't theirs, right? Third, I think I became more interested in Dokdo preparing for this presentation. However, having us interested in Dokdo, finding information about Dokdo, we need to know about Dokdo because it's our land. Thank you for my listening speaking.
Have you ever seen the list about the iPhone? iPhone is one of the most famous smartphones in the world and many people use it. But it made a very big mistake when it upgrades system. iOS 2, iOS 7, in Apple Maps. Dokdo does not belong to Korea but to Japan. How could this happen? Most people don't know about Dokdo very well, so I want to tell you today. Like here why Dokdo belongs to Korea, I will tell you 3 points about Dokdo. What is Dokdo? Why Japan wants Dokdo? And why we should protect Dokdo. Dokdo is a group of islands in the Sea. The name Dokdo means Arab Island. Dokdo typically belongs to Korea, however between 1995 and 1945. When Japan was governing over Korea, the island belonged to Japan. Japan also covered the Philippines, Hong Kong, Indonesia, and Malaysia. But now the war is over and their occupation has finished. Japan claims that many territories are theirs: Senkaku Island in China, Hong Island in Russia, and Dokdo in Korea. It shows us how great they are living in the dream of imperialism. The reason Japan wants Dokdo is because resources found in Dokdo are rarely poor and rare. Another reason is that the Japanese believe that Dokdo is theirs today because it was theirs once before. But there is clear evidence that Dokdo belongs to us. Between the 17th and 19th century, the Japanese government officially admitted Korean sovereignty over Dokdo. Dokdo is also Korean territories under international law. Now we are one of the top 10 powerful nations in the world. Even Japan insists that Dokdo is their land. We have the strength to protect it. land that no one should look over. Like the Dokdo song said, Dokdo is a lonely island. I'm only one of the few people who want to take care of our island. Therefore, we need to get more interest and more love from the rest of the nation in order to protect Dokdo. Why should we not lose a piece of our Korean friend to Japan? Thank you for listening.
What does family mean to you? Hello everyone, I'm Anujin in the 5th grade at Yecheondeonggu Elementary School. Let's take a moment to talk about how amazing, beautiful and precious Dokdo is and best of all it is on island. Dokdo is not just a small island, but it is part of Korean's family. You know how the saying goes, keep your friends close and your family even closer. When we talk about Dokdo, we should talk about Japan. Because Japan always wants to plunder our Dokdo from us. We took back our territory from Japan in 1945. When we talk about Dokdo, we should talk about Japan. Because Japan always wants to plunder our Dokdo from us. We took back our territory from Japan in 1945. However, Japan still insists Dokdo is Japan's land. That is totally not true. The Pyeongchang Winter Olympics was a great chance for us to show off our country, share our culture and winter wonderland. It was exciting. People were happy. And I could hear it now. Say everyone, 대한민국! But during the time, Japan asked us to delete Dokdo from our map on the official homepage. We felt sad and we deleted Dokdo from our map to respect the spirit of the Olympics. Japan will host the Summer Olympics next year. However, Japan included Dokdo in their map on the official homepage. Japan refused to delete Dokdo from their map. I was really disappointed that Japan acted that way. Honestly, I am really angry. Korea will not be shaken when it comes to protecting our family. We will not lose to Japan. We will not give up. We will keep our family together. Realize new and learn the truth from our tragic history. Someone says history repeats itself, but not this time. We will protect our whole family, Korea and Dokdo. We should do everything possible. I also want to do my part to protect Dokdo. I think that this is our purpose. This land is the land that our grandfathers and grandmothers spent their lives protecting. We have to remember that. We will be strong. We will never, never, never give up Dokdo. When we are weak, the dangerous moment can come again. If we lose our sovereignty again, that will be definitely our fault. The second tragedy will be more bitter than the first one. I will ask you again, what does family mean to you? To me, Dokdo is not just my family, but our family. Let's protect our Dokdo together. Thank you for listening my speech.
Hello everyone, my name is Kim Min Ah. I'm in the 6th grade at Goyang Elementary School. Today, I would like to talk about the beautiful island of Korea. There is a beautiful island in our country. It's a beautiful island that has been protected by many people for a long time. The name of this island is Dokdo. This beautiful island is located in the East Sea, east of the Korean peninsula. Dokdo has a Korean address, which means you can send a letter there from anywhere in Korea. It proves that Dokdo belongs to Korea. Also, it even has a red mailbox through which you can send a letter to black-tailed girls living in Dokdo. However, Japan keeps saying that Dokdo belongs to them. The Japanese textbooks are also teaching that it belongs to Japan. Although Japan keeps insisting that Dokdo belongs to them, historical evidence proves otherwise. First, in 1785, Dokdo was clearly declared a territory of Joseon on a map made by a Japanese scholar, Hayashi Shii. Japan speaks for itself. Dokdo is the territory of Korea. Second, the Japanese school textbook, published in 1924, stated that Dokdo was territory of Korea. Japan speaks for itself. Dokdo is the territory of Korea. Japan claimed that Dokdo has no prior owner, so it just annexed the island in 1905. After that, Japan keeps trying to take Dokdo away from Korea, insisting that the island belongs to them. However, Dokdo is the territory of Korea. There are several reasons for that. First, a Korean history book, Samguksagi, states that Usan Island, which includes Ulleungdo and Dokdo, submitted to Seollai dynasty. Since then, they have belonged to Korea. Dokdo is the territory of Korea. Second, during the Korean War, Korea organized Dokdo safeguards and fought against Japan, who invaded it. For these reasons, Dokdo has long been our land and is still our land. I have a dream. I hope no one will say that our land is theirs. I have a dream. I hope that the AC is properly recorded on a map of the world and that people everywhere knows that Dokdo belongs to Korea. We should keep and love Dokdo. Thank you for listening and have a good day.
Hello everyone, my name is Lee Hyo. Today, I'm honored to have a chance to tell you why Dokdo is important to Koreans and why we love it. I think some foreigners would wonder why Koreans consider the small island very important. But I strongly want to say that Dokdo is a very meaningful place to Koreans. Dokdo is not only a small place like any other island, but it is Korean history itself that our ancestors have made fighting hard against other intruders. Even though not many Koreans have been to Dokdo, all Koreans would think it is a special place. Why? Because Dokdo has belonged to Korea for centuries. In this regard, whenever Japanese insist that Dokdo is their territory, Koreans are very offended. Korea is not a Japanese colony anymore, so Dokdo cannot be Japan's. As Japan invaded Korea, buildings were destroyed, people were killed, and many aspects of our culture and lifestyle changed. Fortunately, Korea is now definitely independent and has the right for all territory, including Dokdo. I grew up with no doubt that Dokdo was ours. But one day, I was surprised watching the Japanese campaign that claimed Dokdo was theirs, and I realized we are in a serious situation. We are passionate about Dokdo. Every year, hundreds of schools visit Dokdo to learn about it. I have not been to Dokdo yet, but learn about it all the time at school. Korean students also draw a picture of Dokdo and write about it, because they love it. Even a few days ago, all students in my school participated in Dokdo Love Signature campaign to send it to Japan. Now, I really hope to visit Dokdo. Dokdo may seem like a very small island that is not worth fighting over, but it is very valuable. It has tons of sea creatures under the ocean around, so it is a very meaningful place for fishing. It also has rich natural resources that can be used in many different ways. In addition, It is very important as a military base because it is located in the middle of Korea, Japan, and Russia. These are some of the reasons Japan wants Dokdo. For Korea, these reasons are important too, but Dokdo is much more. Dokdo is a strong symbol of Korea, showing that Korea is not under control of Japan anymore. We want Japan to realize this, and admit that Dokdo is a part of Korea. Dokdo's first name was Usando. During the Joseon dynasty, a brave Korean fisherman named An Yongbok went to Japan to deal with territorial dispute. He didn't want the Japanese fisherman to fish near Dokdo because it was Joseon's land and received the document that Ulleungdo and Dokdo belonged to Joseon. He is a hero to Korean people. On a clear day, Dokdo can be seen from Ulleungdo. So, for as long as we could see it, Korea will consider Dokdo ours. I will continue to learn about Dokdo as much as I can and share this information. I would like to explain the meaning of Dokdo to my native English teachers so they could understand why it is so important to Korea. If they could understand, other foreigners would understand it too. And then we can have Japan admit that Dokdo is ours. Dokdo is not just an island. Dokdo is more than an island. It is a symbol of independence and patriotism in our hearts. I love Dokdo. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Subin Lee, and I'm here to talk about why Japan claims to own Dokdo and my opinion about this subject. First of all, I would like to mention last week's news. The Japanese government said if a foreign aircraft invades Dokdo's airspace, they will sally forth Japanese self-defense forces, while saying that Dokdo is a Japanese island. I was dumbfounded while watching this preposterous news. Similarly, Japan has been claiming that Dokdo is a part of Japan for as long as I can remember. Why are they so brazen about making this claim? Let's look at their assertions first and then prove them wrong. Japan's first reason is that in the 1600s, Korea didn't know much about Dokdo. The Japanese discovered Dokdo and used it for fishing. Secondly, the notification number 40 of the Cinema Prefecture that was made in 1905 shows that Dokdo was an uninhabited island and was not occupied by another country. So they named the island Takeshima and requested it to be a jurisdiction of the Cinema Prefecture Oki Island. Finally, there is the San Francisco Peace Treaty, which was made in 1951 after Japan lost in World War II. It shows that Japan has accepted Korea's independence and gave up on Jeju, Gamun, and Uling Islands. However, since Dokdo wasn't directly mentioned, Japan argued that Dokdo didn't separate from Japan. From now on, I am going to counter Japan's baseless arguments. First, in 1900, 5 years before the notification number 40 of the Cinema Prefecture, Korea already announced the Empire's Imperial Order number 41, which states that Dokdo is a part of our land. Second, in the authentic geography of Sejong, made in 1432, there is a record of Dokdo, and it says that citizens of Dokdo paid tributes with sea lion and sealskin to the government. This was recorded much before 1600. Lastly, the islands that were mentioned in the San Francisco Peace Treaty are an example of the 3,000 islands of Korea. So that argument lacks basic logic. Even though there are so many indisputable facts, what are the reasons behind Japan's assertion? It is because of Dokdo's geographic location. Dokdo is in between China, Russia, and Japan, which makes the location perfect for the military. Of course, you cannot leave out Dokdo's surrounding seas, which is home to so many species that it's even called the Golden Fishery. Also, using the depth of the water, we can make plenty of hydro energy as well. Dokdo has several ecological and geographic advantages, which is why Japan cannot let Dokdo go. Everybody, Japan works night and day to make Dokdo theirs. For example, they distort history in students' textbooks, and they try so hard to falsely inform Japanese citizens and people around the world. So what can we do to prevent Dokdo from being taken away from us? Basically, we need to maintain an interest in Dokdo and raise our country's strength, and inform the world that Dokdo is a Korean island. Dokdo is a part of the Korean territory based on geography, history, and international law. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Hello everyone, I'm Ishiyoung, 6th grade in Yecheon Elementary School. Today is very meaningful day for us because we have time to talk about Dokdo, a precious island of our country. Of course, I'm going to deal with the topic, the ways to protect Dokdo from others. The reason why I choose this topic is the country next to us, Japan, continuously claims that Dokdo is their own. That is absolutely false, and that makes me so angry. The island is ours. There are so many evidences for the fact, historically and geographically. So now I'm going to tell you how we can protect our island Dokdo from others. First, we need to have affection and pride for Dokdo ourselves. If we share the fact with others again and again, a sense of affection and pride for Dokdo will increase among Korean people. Second, we need to introduce the fact to others online through social network services such as KakaoTalk and Facebook. Why don't you post the comment, Dokdo belongs to Korea, to the SNS using hashtag #WinMe? I'm sure this is the first step for protecting Dokdo from others. Third, making some contents, such as movies and songs, is a good way for that. We already know the song, 독도는 우리 땅. When people around the world hear and understand the meaning of the song well, they easily accept the fact that Dokdo belongs to Korea. And I'm sure that uploading some interesting movie contents on YouTube is a very effective way. If you feel it is difficult to do that, just subscribe or share the contents. At last, building up national power is a proper way for protecting the island. In the past, we had been invaded so many times from the countries next to us. This is because Korea was too weak to defend ourselves against their attacks. Now, the situation has changed. We are surely one of the world powers. As a student, the thing that I can do first is to study history and other subjects. Will you join me for studying history? These are some effective ways to protect our island Dokdo from others. As I prepare for this speech contest, I also can have more information and affection for Dokdo again. The property of Dokdo is not protected from others by oneself. We must work together, everyone. The place where we can see the sunrise first in Korea, that is our precious island Dokdo. I want to say strongly at last, Dokdo belongs to Korea. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Inali, and I'm from Jibo Elementary School. Every year in May, there is a Golden Belt competition about Dokdo in Yecheon. I participate in that competition every year, not to forget that Dokdo is our island. Last June, Yecheon Office of Education offered to Dokdo tour program to Dokdo. The first step
Want to doctor made my heart beat. I've always imagined it in my mind. Doctor, what does it look like? How pretty is that makes? Japan always want to take it from us. While thinking deeply, as I put on to Doctor, Doctor guards waved their hands and said hello to us. I was so surprised as soon as I saw Doctor. Doctor was 100 times more beautiful than I thought. It was definitely in its place. No matter what anyone shouted, it was still calm and peaceful. This peaceful island, Dokdo, has a painful past. Japan, which was burning with imperialist ambitions during the Russian Japanese War. Japan illegally said that Dokdo had no owner, so that they could spy on the Russian fleet. They made this statement confidentially to the local government. However, has Dokdo been an island belonging to nobody? Samguk-sagi, ancient document map proved that Dokdo is in Korean territory. In particular, according to Sejong's Treaty, the location of Ulleungdo and Dokdo is in the middle of the sea. The two islands are not from each other, so we can see them when the weather is bright. In 1900, Korean Empire issued Edict number 41, which declared that Dokdo as Korean territory. Clearly, once again, Japan has not made a claim to Dokdo before 1905. Not even once. On the contrary, a number of Japanese documents state Dokdo is now on certain terms not a part of Japan's territory. Japan admitted themselves that Dokdo is not a part of Japan's territory via the official document late in 17th century. Actually, I'm angry because Japan changed its words and insists that it was originally Japan's territory. Who can believe Japan's claim when it changed words like this? Dokdo is Japan's first victim in the pillaging of the Korean peninsula. Japan did not apologize either for causing to pain in our past, and what words they insist, Dokdo is Japan's territory. I think Japan covered Dokdo because of its territorial and ecological value and that deep behavior. Dokdo is the symbol of the recovery of the Korean sovereignty. No other country except Japan is denied that it has been taken away and returned to Korean territory. Japan's insistent claim to Dokdo are a reminder of the dark past Japan has with Korea. We hope that Japan, which should open the future together, will be humbled by the truth of history. Dokdo is to remain peaceful forever in our island. Thank you for listening.
Good afternoon to all. I'm Ji-ho from Dasan Elementary School in Korea. The island of Dokdo is a very special place in Korean heritage. However, it appears that Japan is still firstly claiming our precious island. There has been much political conflict between Korea and Japan over the ownership of this unique Korea island. This tense relationship between our country and Japan will exist for as long as there isn't a unanimous agreement that it is rightfully Korea's land. Therefore, we should defend Dokdo and Korean sovereignty against the threat of a Japanese reconquest of Korea. Our country and our people cannot afford to lose any more territory or sovereignty to Japan. Our people have already paid the price during the Japanese colonial period. Enough is enough. There is evidence proving that Dokdo has belonged to Korea since the period of the Three Kingdoms. Dokdo was claimed in 512 AD when King Jejung, the 22nd king of the Silla dynasty, was in power. His general Lee Sa-bu conquered Usangguk with wooden lions. Generally used the fear of lions to deceive the enemy and lead his army to victory. From this point onward, Dokdo officially belonged to us, the people of Korea. In addition, there are scriptures recording during the period of King Sejong that prove Dokdo is written Korean territory. Moreover, historical evidence containing maps of Dokdo in Japanese territories has never been documented by Japan in any way whatsoever. There is no written proof that Dokdo is Japan's land. There are also documents written by the governors of Japan saying that Ulleungdo and Dokdo rightfully belong to Korea. Nevertheless, the Japanese government still insists that Dokdo belongs to them. We should use all historical evidence to render Japan's claim to Dokdo null and void. Therefore, we can conclude that Dokdo is Korean for the following reasons. Firstly, we have possessed Dokdo and Ulleungdo since the period of King Jism of the Silla dynasty. Secondly, the Korean map by King Sejong proves Dokdo belonged to Korea. Thirdly, there is factual evidence found in historic Japanese maps proving that Dokdo belongs to Korea. There are also other reasons that suggest Dokdo is ours. The most important thing is that we understand the pieces of evidence surrounding it. Furthermore, we should defend Dokdo which has abundant resources. Long ago, during a series of Japanese invasions, the biodiversity of Dokdo was greatly compromised as invaders destroyed the natural habitat of many species of wildlife. It is said that sea lions in Dokdo became endangered as a result of these invasions. Thus, we should defend Dokdo and all its resources. We should know the legitimate reasons that prove Dokdo is ours. And we should declare this to Japan and the rest of the world. We cannot let the abundant resources of Dokdo be exploited by Japan or any other state. We should recognize all of this and do everything in our power to defend what is ours. Thank you for listening to my statement. Have a good day.
Do you know anything about Korea? If so, then you know that we must save Korea. Why must we save Korea? Well, I will explain that to you later. So please listen closely. First, introduce myself. My name is Kim Ok-jung and I am a 6th grader at Yeongcheon Jungang Elementary School. I didn't know anything about Korea, but while growing up, I learned many things about Korea. First and foremost, I learned that I was very lucky to be born in Korea. One of the first things I learned, Korea was its location. Korea is located on the Korean Peninsula on the eastern end of the Asian continent. I also learned Korea's excellent achievements. Do you know what Japan has done to Korea? Japan has colonized and tortured our country in all kinds of ways. Japan attacked Korea many times. Korean soldiers never gave up fighting for Korea. Have you ever heard about this? From 1910 to 1945, Korea was a Japanese colony. Even though Japan had attacked and taken over our country, we never gave up fighting the Japanese. Once Japan colonized Korea, we first set up the provisional government. Within Shanghai, China. Second, our independence army joined both the Chinese and Russian army to fight the Japanese.
We even had resistance fighters in Korea. Within the resistance fighters in Korea also used guerrilla warfare tactics to fight the Japanese. Although we fought the Japanese for many years, the Japanese attacked the Korean. Japan was able to colonize China. After Japan colonized China, the Japanese attacked the Korean provisional government. As a result, the provisional government moved to different areas in China to continue to resist and fight the Japanese. They were true patriots. In 1945, America used 2 atomic bombs. The Japanese, which led to their surrender and an independent Korea. Lastly, we are small and we have the strategic geographic location, which also makes us an easy target since we are strategically placed with easy access to both the land and sea. Many countries desire our geographic location. Our location also means other countries can easily attack us both by land and sea. As a result, other countries see our country as an easy target, even though we are small and easily accessible. Korea, because of many reasons. Our natural environment is beautiful. We are a smart, persevering people. Most importantly, we live in Korea. We are in Korea. If we were to lose our country, we wouldn't only lose the land and itself, but we would also be in danger of losing our ethnic identity and culture. So we must save Korea. Thank you for listening to my story.
Our Dokdo, how much do you know about it? Hello, I'm Isan Elementary School 6th grade, 제15회. I'm sure you all know that this is a small island of seagulls in 울릉군, 경상북도. But I want to talk about why Dokdo is our land and why it is important we as Koreans know that. Japan created Takeshima Day to make Dokdo a Japan territory during First Japan Occupation Day. Japan took Dokdo for themselves, claiming the island its workers. Now they intend to bring this problem to the rest of the world in order to fight Korea for their claim of Dokdo in court. Dokdo is rich fishing ground with large deposits, underground reservoirs in surrounding water. Japan finds it very valuable and it tells people long reason of history to prove nicely wraps up invasion Dokdo. Japan has falsely claimed as their territory for a long time. So how do we deal these claims? Many records in Korean history to prove the Dokdo is our land. Even in official Japanese documents, there are such records. We have this historical fact and Dokdo's natural environment to prove the relationship between Korea and Japan during that time. Finally, we who live in 경상북도, Korea know where it belongs. An Yong-bo, who defended Dokdo from Japan during the Joseon Sukjong, and Captain Hong Sun-chul, who lived and defended Dokdo after forming the Dokdo Medical Corps and during the Korean War. This sort of mentality is continuing today. We will continue to defend Dokdo. We will continue to love country. Thank you.